What's going on, guys? This is the comic guy, and I went to the store and I started thinking about the whole situation. I'm very passionate about my comics. I love comic books. I love the superhero genre. I love everything about it. And then I was thinking, the difference between Marvel Cinematic Universe and DC Extended Universe. Now, Marvel started off the whole cinematic universe back in Ed Norton's Incredible Hulk. That's when, at the end, Tony Stark's, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark's talks to the general and said, "Hey, I heard you have a green problem," and at the end, and then here comes Iron Man. Iron Man 1, it was incredible. They stick, of course, for the cinematic universe, you do have to change the stories, and everything looks a little bit more different. But they pretty much stick to origin, to like the origin. In Iron Man comic book, he got captured, and then that's when he made the first Iron Man suit, and then he escaped, and then he went ahead and made the other Iron Man suit. The same thing with Captain America. Captain America, Steve Rogers, he went to the army. He was a little, scrawny kid, and the super serum worked, and he became Captain America. Thor doesn't really have an origin. Thor is from another, he's from another dimension, pretty much. But they got him perfect. He was arrogant. He thinks he's the Lord. He's a god. God of thunder. And pretty much they stuck with the origin of pretty much what Marvel has been sticking to, the origins of all the characters, and that's one big difference between why the Marvel universe is pretty much going that direction, that correct direction, that corrected direction, because they sticking by what the comic books go. Now, Doctor Strange came out. Doctor Strange was a neurosurgeon. He got into an accident. He went to look for some meaning and find out, and then he got taught the mystical powers. Pretty much that's the same origin as the comic book. And of course, in the cinematic universe, they have to change it a little bit. But that's pretty much, they stick by it. Now, DC, and I was talking to my friend yesterday, the Hitman. Make sure you go to his page. He does a lot of gameplay. So that's starting off with DC. They started off the DC Extended Universe with Superman, Man of Steel, and they kind of changed the way that Superman is. Clark Kent is a geeky nerd, and he works for the newspaper, for the Planet, and nobody knows it's Superman. Lois Lane didn't find out about Superman, and they kind of changed that in the perspective that he went on his own, trying to find his own. That was pretty cool. I'm not complaining about the movie. The movie was pretty good. I think Henry Cavill did a fantastic job as Superman, but the story itself wasn't what people expected. They cannot change the origin. Yes, he comes from Krypton. Yes, he was trying to deal with his powers, but he put together all this guy saving the world, blah blah blah, saving people, and then it ended up to be Clark Kent. Clark Kent was a nerdy reporter, and Superman, they kind of changed the story a little bit. So that's why people actually complained about it. People didn't really didn't really get it. And then came And then came Batman versus Superman. At first, I was very skeptical about Ben being Batman. I'll tell you the truth. I was like, oh my God, you know, Ben being Batman. But he actually did a really good job as this brooding millionaire Batman. I mean, he did really good as Bruce Wayne. He did really good as Batman. So I wasn't complaining about him, but the story didn't really fold the way it was supposed to be folded. They, you know, and then Wonder Woman came in. I mean, I haven't. Let's see what goes on. Now, DC is having a lot of problems. Directors are leaving. The Flash guy is backdated now. Now they have to, you know, do a rush job when they find a director. I think Aquaman is still going forward. Don't change the origins of the superheroes that we are meant to watch, because it's gonna change. And then when you start having problems, look for those directors that don't want to change much, that don't want to do a lot of things to. Don't change what we know for the last 75 years of Superman. What we know about 75 years of Batman, it's just not right. So that's pretty much how I feel about the whole superhero genre that's going on now. Yes, maybe people are getting sick of the superheroes. I'm not getting sick of the superhero movies. I love every single superhero movie, but DC's really having problems. You talking about DC has one of the most influential heroes in the genre of comic books. So, I mean, you have Superman, you have Aquaman, you have the Flash, you have Wonder Woman. I mean, these are heroes that people grew up with since they were kids. And the DC universe needs to watch the animated DC movies and say, all right, let's go ahead and get this animated movie and put them into real life. And that's how they're going to attract people to come see the movies. But that's just pretty me about how I feel about the whole situation. Don't know how you guys feel. Yet again, thank you guys for coming to my page. Make sure you guys keep watching, subscribe, like my page, and I will see you guys later. This is the Comic Guy. Peace.